There's a little bit of all of them in me. The grandeur and the wonder and the power and the charisma. I mean, I'll be very honest. I think I'm going to leave now because I see there are a few empty seats in the audience. I never speak to an audience where there are any empty seats. Yeah, next time I'd like you to do better. Okay.
Stan, you created Iron Man. You based him off of Howard Hughes, is that correct?
That is correct.
So,
absolutely correct.
Does that liken you to Howard Hughes?
Does it make me like Howard Hughes? Well, I have news for you, and I hate to admit this. Howard Hughes was quite a bit wealthier than I am. And he was also an inventive genius and an adventurer. Now, I'm sure I would be an adventurer if I had a chance to adventure, but I keep so busy going to comic book conventions.
All right, let's go to this question over here.
Yes, hi Stan, how are you?
You'll be always known as this question over here. Doesn't he or she have an identity?
Yes.
A fine thing.
I guess my first question is...
Said he.
I have two questions, and one for you, Claire, as well. But Stan, what is your secret sauce? How is it possible that you, after so many years, are still so powerful, have so much energy, and just keep it going? I wish I had half your energy, sir.
I heard that. See, whenever somebody says something flattering, I hear it. No, it's funny. Some voices are on a range that I can understand. Some of them, when they talk into the mic, I hear the sound, but I don't know what's being said. So anyway, I don't know about the energy bit, but what it is, I love what I do. I love being with the fans. I love writing comics. I love doing movies. I love being... So, how could you not be having a good time when you're with the kind of people that you're crazy about, and they're all as enthusiastic as you are about all the things that are going on, whether it's movies or television or comic books or the internet. It's all so exciting that, I don't know, it's not like you're working. I feel like I'm playing all the time, especially when you're on the stage with someone like this. Most of my life, my early life, I was a little bit embarrassed as I wrote comics, because I felt, you know, there are doctors treating people, and there are people building buildings and bridges and flying airplanes, and I'm writing these stupid comics. And little by little, as the days and the years went by, and people would say, gee, I enjoyed this story, or I loved that story, blah, blah, blah. And I began to realize that entertainment is one of the most important things in people's lives. Most people do not live. Thank you.
Mister, I just wanted to say you are absolutely an inspiration for me, and hats off to you, and thank you so much for being you. And I wanted to just maybe everybody give him a round of applause.
Thank you. So anyway, I realize now that entertainment is important, and it fills a needed spot in people's lives. So all of you who are involved with comics and movies and television, you're all part of something that's very big and meaningful and entertaining, and thank you for letting me be a part of it too. Now, everybody at Marvel wants to do them all. The two I can't wait for though are Doctor Strange and Black Panther. And you'll be seeing them before you know it. Oh, and also Ant-Man is the word. I figure they think that's an inexpensive one. I mean, the guy is only that big. How much film will it need?
All right, let's go over here.
I just wanted to say thank you for creating Peter Parker, Stanley, because I think, I don't know where I'd be if I didn't grow up with Peter Parker. Just the geeky guy who can make it. So thank you very much. And thank you.
Yeah, I didn't either. And I kind of like Peter Parker, and the thing I liked about him was what my publisher hated. He not only hated the idea of calling him Spider-Man, but he said, you can't have a hero who's a geek and who isn't that popular, and he's not that great looking, and girls don't like him. Stan, don't you know what a hero is? And he argued with me all the time, until the sales figures. But he said, we need more geek heroes.
And my question is just real quick. Which Spider-Man villain that you didn't create do you think, damn, I just wish I created him?
Something about Spider-Man. I can't think of any that I didn't create.
Thank you.
Thank you, and Excelsior, Stan.
Excelsior.
Excelsior. Hey, do you all know what that means? It's from an old English saying, which means, and it's very apropos, it means upward and onward to greater glory. What could be better, huh?
Dan, do you have a definition for hero?
Stanley. I think a hero is anybody who just does something good when he's faced with a choice. Am I going to go on the dark side, or will I go on the right side and do? When you have a choice between the good and the bad, you pick the good, you're a hero. And it doesn't matter if you're a nurse working in a hospital, if you're a prize fighter, if you're a scientist, or if you're the President of the United States. The one who does things that are good is a hero. The ones who does things that are bad reads DC Comics. I'm only kidding. Jack was so good. What he was an artist, but he was also a story writer with pictures. He and I would discuss what the story should be, whether it was for Thor or the Fantastic Four or whatever book he was working on. And we just talk, either I'd write out a little outline or we would just talk about it for a couple of minutes. You know, I might say something like, in the next Fantastic Four, why don't we have the Dr. Doom kidnap Sue Storm, and he takes her to Latveria, and the Fantastic Four have to rescue her, and here's how they'll rescue her. And that would be all I'd say. Now, he had to fill up 22 pages with just that, and he made up most of the little incidents, and then he would send me the 22 pages of artwork with all those drawings beautifully done in pencil, and I would put in all the dialogue balloons and the captions and the sound effects. I'd write them all in, and looking at the drawings that he did, it made it such fun for me to do the dialogue, because if I'd see a face like this, I knew the guy was scared. So it was easy for me to put in some masterful bit of dialogue like, and then the book would go out. So anyway, it was a great collaboration, but I was lucky. All the artists at Marvel were the same way. They were all visual storytellers. Gene Colan, Steve Ditko, John Romita, Gil Kane, John Hughes. They were the greatest. They made me look good. That's why I loved them.
Was Captain America the first character you and Jack Kirby collaborated on?
It was the first one I collaborated with him on, but I did not create Captain America. That was created by Joe Simon and Jack Kirby. And when I came to work there, that was the one superhero strip they had that meant anything. And I was given that to write after a few months. So it was wonderful, because I had read it as a civilian, and now I'm working in the place that I'm writing the stories and working with Jack. So that was terrific, but that was the first one I worked on.
da.